just do this every day?
Yeah.
Yep. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Thursday edition of Giga Technical. I'm Neil Hamilton, and I'm here with producer AB. That stands for Aaron Bree. Come correct, get it right when you say my man's name. We got a special guest, Mr. Office Shirts. It's Benzinga Pros. Benzinga's Get Technical Sucks with 3 X's. Yes, that's his real name. That is his real name, folks. Let's get a like on the video.
Let's get technical, Neil.
That's what we're doing. Neil, do not order medium rare chicken. That is how you get sick. No.
I tried to tell him.
Yes.
I tried to tell him. He wouldn't
You eat
listen.
medium? What?
Yeah, Luke, when we went out to dinner the other night at Vincente's, Neil was like, yeah, I need my chicken breast medium rare. And they were like, we can't do that. And Neil's like, no, I'm leaving if you don't give me my medium rare chicken. So they're like, okay.
And then they served me undercooked food. And I give them a 5-star Yelp review. Lost a couple pounds. You can see starting to see the bumps on my 14 pack. What is up, everyone? Today we are. Wait, what is going on with the stock market right now? I feel like this music is the best representation of the stock market available. Growth stocks are performing. What the hell is going on? Guys, for the record, I didn't actually ask to have my chicken cooked medium rare. All right, so don't do that. I didn't. That's a made-up story. I just had work to do on Tuesday, so I couldn't do the show. It was like Tuesday or Monday. I had too much stuff to do. All right. Sometimes I just text producer AB. I say, "Hey, got shit to do," and then he makes up excuses for me, and that's why he's my ride or die.
Yeah.
That's why I call him Bay. On my phone, he saved as Bay. Money. That's right, Jim Stocks.
Money.
All right, QQQ. Guys, we're looking at the NASDAQ ETF, the Qs, QQQ, higher high than ever before in the history of the damn thing. Who'd have thunk it?
Wait, Neil,
the
the music might be a touch too loud. Well, let's let chat decide.
I'm vibing.
Let's let chat decide.
I'm vibing. I feel like I can't taste the chicken if it's fully cooked. I like to be able to taste my meat. Anything wrong with that? Guys, this is insanity. We had our double top. We resolved our double top. We had our double bottom. That was time to get in. Look at how oversold it got. Boom. I think we still got a little bit of, maybe not. Here's what you need to be aware of. The Qs. What? The Qs could keep going. They could definitely keep going. But something to watch for, though, is descending volume, decreasing volume. So we might get some consolidation right here at this level, as we have in the past, right? So if you're deciding to go long today, consider that. The Q's driven not in any small part by Netflix. Been a beast. Thank you for the comments in chat. You guys had some good ones. Netflix, boom, big fat chubby cheeks with the bounce, and check out the gap. Check out the gap, guys. If we are in fact returning to growth world, which this is a neutral as a candle as you can get. So I'm making no decisions based on today's performance, because this could very well be a top out here. This is a resistance area. So this for me is a take some profit off the table if I'm in kind of area. Plus, I mean, what I have here is the Bollinger Band. We're up on that thing, but I think Netflix is going to, what is it, 545? What percentage is that? What percentage is that? So I would say we want to consolidate. We want to hit some type of bounce here because this is toppy. This is sloppy toppy. Getting up to this range, but this song's a little goofy. Whatever. Fuck with it. That's 5.44%. But as Dog with Toupee pointed out, a new term that I really like, look at this liquidity gap. It matches this gap. It's so nice. This is smooth sailing. This is where you lather yourself up with Vaseline, head to toe, butt naked, covered in Vaseline, down it, up, going up a slide. This is where you're at a playground. There's no one there. No one there. There's a deserted playground with no one around at all. And there's a slide. Cover yourself up with Vaseline, and you run at the slide and you slide up the slide. That is how the textbooks refer to this type of move that we have coming up here. That is how William O'Neill referred to this type of gap. But I'm watching for the consolidation here. All right, Jim, take it easy on the massages. All right.
Hey, if you guys like the new playlist, smash the like. Let us know you like the new playlist. If you don't like it, put a 2 in the chat, and we'll crunch some numbers.
CLF is my favorite. It's just my favorite. Why? Because I just understand it. I like it. We got our launch pad right here. Right here. See the volume poking out? We hit it. This is the Bollinger Band. We have bounced off the 20-day. Very healthy sign. Nice green candle. Turning up here on the RSI. Hitting some resistance here today from the previous high, yesterday's high. So that might just be the extent of the move today. But targeting this, remember, this is a lagging indicator. So here targeting up here on the fib. Oh, and we're pushing here on the body. I just saw it move. I just saw life. It's moving. For that at least about 8% there. But we are looking for this trend to continue. We want to ziggy-zag our way up that slide. We've got CLF, Cleveland Cliffs, covered from head to tippy toe in adult lubricant purely for performance reasons on its upward trend. No goofy little awkward movement like Hot Socks Luke Jacoby trying to dance to modern hip hop. None of these like weird janky movements. Just fluid ziggy zag. All right. So loving this trend, guys. CLF now is a good. This is entry. This is entry city. Let's go ahead and apply. I mean, there's no need to over-evaluate it, but I was looking at it earlier. I've got the VWAP here. The VWAP is just anchored on my chart to the beginning of the month, and you can see that level is serving as resistance here. So you can treat a nice break above that as a reason to get in. But then, even more importantly and more adherent to the behavior of this stock is going to be our 65-day exponential moving average as the bounce point. And then we're getting these higher lows. Really nice stuff right there. Do I accept Doge? Yeah, can you send it to my... Okay, so I'm trying to find a way.
Wait, we got Ryan in the chat's asking a good question. So he has $10 and he's trying to make $1 million. What should he invest in? So that would be, let's see, not a 10 bagger, not a 100 bagger, not an 1,000 bagger. That'd be a 100,000 bagger.
Yeah. So okay. So we need some 100,000 bagger stocks.
If anyone has any 100,000 baggers, throw them in the chat.
I know. Among chat, we got at least a couple 100,000 baggers here. And how soon? Who was it? Was it Joe? What was the name on that?
It was Ryan.
Ryan, how soon do you want to make it?
I think he's looking at like a 2-week maybe turnaround.
Okay, I think that's reasonable. I thought you were thinking like by the end of the week or something. I was like, dude, it's Thursday. But yeah, if you're doing 10 trading days, I think we can get a what was it, 100,000 bagger?
Yeah,
we can do that. Okay, cool. So yeah, 1 to 2 weeks. That's great, Ryan. I think that's completely reasonable. So guys, get some tickers in there. You know, I like to refer to you as my human screener, my human scanners. So help me out. Millions don't come easy, says Ryan. Well, I can buy 1.5 million SHIB with $10. SHIB USD. Let's look at some. Hey, today we're gonna have a crypto educator on. I'm not mad at Shiba Inu right now. I mean, we're creeping up on the RSI. Volume is drying up, though. I don't like that. I do not like that volume.
It looks like the beginning of a bottom, though. Like, well, that's like half of a cheek of a bottom.
That is half a cheek of a bottom. So let's go ahead and open up Trading View here, or I'm sorry, not Trading View, Trend Spider. Another shout out to Jake. Congratulations on your baby. I've got AMC here. And what pattern do you guys see? Guys, let me know if you're watching the recording right now. Let me know in the comments. Pause the video and just comment with what pattern you see. And then if you don't feel confident in it or it's revealed not to be the case afterward, you can delete it and do another comment. And everyone smash the like. Smash the like for 100,000 baggers. All right, that's what we're here for. We'll hit X. We'll hit Steel. Neil gonna give it to you. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know about a high tight. Aaron, slow down. So in order for it to be a high tight flag, let's put it through the process. Oh my God, is it? How do you measure on this app?
The criteria.
I still have to get used to. Yeah, go through the criteria while you're doing that. I'll pull it up. All right.
So for a high tight flag, you need at least, what is it, Neil? 100% in a green candle.
Over an 8-week period.
Over an 8-week period, and we might have that here. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Pull.
Oh yeah.
All right. So it's okay. So we've met the first criteria. I don't know how I doubted you. Friend. Next thing is, over the ensuing 5 to 6 weeks, did it drop less than 25%? That's what I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, it dropped almost 50% within that period. So not high and tight, high and loose.
It's like a waving flag in the wind, you know?
With that said, we are at a crossroads for AMC. We're at a crossroads here. Note the VWAP and how it's been serving as support for this period. We're either going to see a drop down about the equivalent of this measured move, probably to about here. I would say just watch the VWAP here. This is VWAP anchored to the month, the beginning of the month. Down here, or we see the length of the measured move, which is 100% here. So we're looking at a 50% profit potential upon a breakout of our bull pennant. I believe in miracles. So there you go. That's how you get your price target of $96 for AMC. Jim, I need to co-host the show and straighten some of y'all out. I don't know, Jim.
Jim, maybe we can do it from the Sea-Doos at your dad's lake house.
Or that massage parlor you like.
Oh yeah, Mitchell and Jim, play nice in the chat. We don't need it getting feisty.
All right, so there's another one I said I would hit. No, it was an ALGN. That's ALGN rocks. I like ALGN. ALGN's a nice trend. It was AQ something. It was someone at the very beginning. I'm scrolling up. Oh no, it's gone now. Okay, so I'll look at X because that's our friend. Ooh! We're getting the bounce on X. This line can be adjusted. Yeah, we very much are. We're crossing the 65. I'm happy going long X. Happy. So let's bring this over. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And again, look, we've got our launch pad here. We have a lack of sellers in this range, a lack of overhead supply in this range until we get up here. So targeting resistance up here. Looks good.
And what is Jake from TrendSpider call that again?
He calls this a launch pad.
I like that.
I like that a lot too. I've been using it. Oh, AACQ. I don't really mess with specs because they don't seem to follow the tech rules. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I think with specs you got to be all about the fundamentals. Yeah, I got that young side volume. ENG. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you must have mentioned this before because we're in here. This is getting the launchpad treatment for sure.
Yeah, and
beautiful.
I really like ENG long term. I'm not gonna bring up the dirty fundies here.
No, just do it and then I'll take a shower later.
So they're doing like hydrogen. They're building hydrogen power plants for other companies, and that's like the new wave in clean energy is building hydrogen power plants, I suppose, because no one wants like the dirty nuclear, and the wind farms are expensive. So people are like investing in some hydrogen right now.
Yeah, I mean, clean energy makes sense long term for sure. I've heard good things. Yeah, I mean, we're topping out here. This is just previous resistance. A breakout from this previous resistance, I would treat this just like the rounded bottom that it is. No need to overcomplicate things. Here, let me... And I think what I was illustrating here before, I don't know when we went over this. I'm on the daily. But I was illustrating the, I don't know if we have any, do we have any physics majors here?
I took physics in high school for 1 year.
Okay, so you probably remember a module on ass-cheek dynamics. So ass-cheek dynamics is when energy shifts from one ass-cheek to the other to achieve a state of equilibrium. What happens sometimes is you get an offset ass-cheek here on the right, showing that the buyers are coming in on the latter phase of your double bottom. But I'm just going to treat this like a rounding bottom.
Oh, I thought the lopsided ass-cheek was just a theory. I didn't know it was...
Well, it is a theory, but you believe theories, right? Like, I don't want to divide our crowd about probably the most infamous theory over the past 250 years. But theories are believed to be true. It's just they can't be observed, right?
Right.
Like the theory of relativity, it can be used to rectify equations. Am I over-explaining?
No, I thought you were going to bring up the other theory that's been in the news recently, but...
Nope, only talking about the theory of evolution. I don't know what the other theory is.
Good.
Okay, good. All right. Not trying to get canceled. So let's look at our price targets here. We go to the lowest low here. It's this red candle. We go to our neckline. We add it to our neckline. See where that gets us. About 576. Smoke some grass and go long on ENG here. As soon as it crosses above the neckline. Just remember with double bottoms, they like to get a little... They like to jump out of the water like a dolphin and then come back into the water. But then that's where they like to go. All right there. So smoke some grass, go long. What has this show become? I would say... I don't know what this show has become. I have no idea. Just trying to breathe, man. So docs. Which one is docs? What is this?
Oh, this just IPO'd. We had the doc CFO on Power Hour. I don't think we're gonna get any technical analysis out of this chart that just IPO'd like 30 minutes ago.
I would give it some time, guys. If you believe in the fundamentals, have at it. Tiny Pie, speaking truths.
I got a bone to pick with Tiny Pie though. That wasn't cool last show.
Hey, don't pick bones with my people. They're special viewers. All of our viewers are special.
He totally called me out.
Call you out on what?
He knows.
Those questionable tweets that you made a couple years ago that we had to delete.
No one's supposed to know about that, Neil.
Oh, sorry. Forgot we were live. Okay, we're just gonna end it there. All right. All right. So Digital Turbine, baby. Digital Turbine. Interesting name. That is mixing states of matter. States of matter. Oh God, this is mixing things. It's got me all bamboozled. I think my mushrooms are starting kicking, guys.
Yeah, I remember in college I used to smoke some grass and look at states of matter.
Yeah, I used to shit my dorm back in college. We had these things called these magic mushrooms. You ever had those? Yeah, oh man, these shit's crazy, man. We do not endorse drug use on this show, but we do endorse your freedom to make your own decisions. But I'll tell you what, back in my dorm, I used to take some mushrooms, just me and a couple buddies. Yeah, so we got digital. Wait, what is the ticker for Digital Turbine? Is it apps? Oh, it is. Oh, I have this on my watch list, and I didn't even know what the company was called.
And yeah, that's what happens when you're that's what happens when you're a technical trader. The stock behind it doesn't matter. The chart is what matters.
This is a good chart. Whoever gave us Digital Turbines, good stuff. So Noah Posner sold apps at 79, time to get back in. So if you sold at 79, I think that was a great move, because you sold it at the last meaningful point of resistance. Like, you nailed it. You basically nailed the top, I would say. Now apps has to prove itself to us as to whether it's going to consolidate at this level, which like most stocks would. Like, this is a pretty big impulsive phase. It's three big ass candles in a row. Or just like go off to the moon. I would expect some consolidation, and then it would be an easy entry. But you can see, like, look how awesomely this lines up with our volume profile here. So, we've got this resistance level starting back here. Nice and symmetrical too. And then we've got where this pop kind of started. Look at this big ass candle. And I'm only going off of these. Let me get rid of this blue line. And what I'm just trying to illustrate is, look at how this candle had that growth like right within these shelves on the volume profile. I know Dog with Toupee out there is just so proud of me right now for using volume profile so much. Yeah, so at any rate here, yeah, I think that we've had our move. We've hit our shelf here. So I think we're going to do some consolidation action, little consolidation station. Should give you a setup. Should give you an entry. I wouldn't get in at the top. Keep your money. Also, let's get the Fibonacci out. I got this big, huge Fibonacci on it. Why do I have the big one on it? What was I even doing? Oh, that's what I was doing. Apps to 116. I believe. Apps to 116. I believe. Just based on the this high all the way back in 08 and the low on the broad base here, the super broad base that we got. I believe in apps to 115. There you go.
What, Jim? This is my This is my prized possession right here.
What do you guys? Is that little stuffed animal you showed me? Oh, yo!
I literally just got handed this by my other producer.
All right, all right. Then it's tomorrow, guys. It's tomorrow. Guys, smash that like button if you want to see the rat suit.
Jim, I hope I'm still invited to the lake house after this.
I think a lot of things are going to be up in the air after that.
Apparently, Aaron Thomas was telling me that Jason just sent him an email with like to the Amazon receipt, literally with just one question mark, nothing else in the email.
How do you respond?
Yeah, I don't know. Like
I haven't heard anything. Usually I get some text. What are you doing with our Benzinga bucks? It's a marketing expense. Come on. All right, with us today, guys. Smash the like button if you are ready to get some learning on some crypto. Where are we at on likes right now, producer AB?
We are. Let me do my quick KPI analysis.
Hi, India. Thanks for being here.
Who's here?
Someone said hi from India, but I don't want to say their name. Well, I guess it's stop Hitler. That's good. This is always a good idea. So thanks, Stop Hitler.
I mean, is that like we're supposed to build a time machine to go back in time and stop him, or?
I don't know.
All right, so my KPI analysis, quick one right here. Wait, let me run my filter.
And this is the part where I check if Shroom has a ticker, SHRM. Nope.
We are at 57 likes. I think we got to get up to at least, 75?
Yeah, we got to get up to 75 before you guys get some crypto learning. So, guys, you know the drill. Get in there, start smashing the like button. All right, and then we're going to bring the guest on. AMC high stocks 420 says AMC question mark. Keep that like thing up there. Born to be free. AMC's at the crossroads. I already went through it. Rewind the video.
What'd you say your price target was? Like 90?
Bullish price target is 96. Bearish if we break down through the VWAP. All
right, y'all, we're at 69 likes. We're 6 likes away.
Or you just leave it at 69. Yeah, it's a good round number.
It's cool too.
Toddy, we already did X. Okay, Toddy, I got your theory. I saw you in chat. You said X looks like a reversal, which over the broader picture, yes, it does look like a top is forming here. This is, I mean, the most famous chart on the planet. Looks very similar to this, right? Bitcoin. So we got Bitcoin here. We got X. X is not my preference. In the intermediate term, however, it can still be traded. I'm not saying that I would invest in X long term, but I would trade. We like volatility. So yeah, this does look to me like it looks like a damn top. We've lost the 65 moving average, and we've held it since day one of this whole coming out of this double bottom here. So totally agreed on that. CLF is the steal pick. CLF.
We got Rod in the chat updating us on our KPIs. We did hit that 75 like mark. So without further ado,
Crypto Burb. Hey man,
everybody. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. How are you doing today?
Doing really good. Weather is shitty as like you believe me, it's really bad in Poland. There are actually some small like hurricanes going on. Like
where are you going?
As long as your internet works, that's the only thing that matters.
It does. I think it does. I think we're safe.
The water can go, everything else can go. You get a leak in the roof. As long as you got Wi-Fi, I think you're good. Where are you? Where are you?
It's Poland, New Warsaw, capital Poland, the other side of the planet.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for being with us in such a stark time zone difference. And might I say that the embroidery on your shirt is striking. You have a beautiful shirt, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. I really like it. I really like this shirt. I mean, I love these Hawaiian, vibes going on. That is so good, especially when I cannot enjoy the weather.
I was going to say
lightens up
it's in
the
stark
day.
contrast with your environment, but that's
Yeah.
good. So Crypto Burp, for those of the folks that are not familiar with you, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your approach to investing?
Of course. Yeah, so my name is Adrian. I'm 28. I actually freshly got married as well.
Congratulations.
Which is appreciated, which is also impacting the finances to some extent. so it's funny. But I'm a crypto investor. I'm a crypto trader for Bitcoin, especially for Bitcoin. I'm not really like a shitcoin trader too much. Personally, I do pay invest in legacy markets as well, especially commodities, gold, silver. Big fan for those. What else? In general, of course, I believe that to be able to trade nicely, to trade well in a profitable manner over a longer period of time, you not only have to have the bigger context, the bigger picture in front of you also. But also need to pay attention to all the markets, right? Because the entire markets, I should say, network, between the commodities, between the cryptocurrencies, the Forex, the overall currencies, real estate, everything is connected and the capital flows. Of course, when it's not too much barriers to flow, but the capital does flow and it flows between the markets depending on the time, right? So right now we are talking about big inflation, which definitely tells us that there is not so much sense and point in holding too much cash in your portfolio, right? Unless you agree to lose more than 10% yearly of your entire value. So the entire understanding for my investment point of view comes with the holistic approach. Besides, I'm a chemical technology master's in engineering. I got my second master's in the top school of economics in Poland. I'm a founder and CEO of the Bird Nest since 2017, which is trading educational community. I'm co-founder for Yellow Block, which is the media marketing agency. And all that I share is pretty much of course, not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor yet. I'm actually on my final path towards the full designation for the CMT Chartered Market Technician organization. Yes. I'm actually at the second level. I was supposed to have the exam for the final designation, for the final step in June, but it coincided with my wedding, so I had to postpone until December. So yeah, looking forward for that.
Darn that wedding. I'm going to join you on the CMT thing here
awesome.
Soon. Just getting started on that. So that's awesome. You're very, very accomplished. So obviously, we're not dealing with someone that's completely new to cryptocurrencies who just got in because they saw a lot of action. So I was wondering, since you are on your way to having the Chartered Market Technician designation, if you could teach us a little bit about how we might look at Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies right now. Are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go. And while you're doing that, guys, the what he mentioned becoming a CMT, I'm going to share my screen really quick while you're doing that. CMT technician, I guess, is probably the best way to Google it. I'm going to do this. I talked to JC Peretz fairly recently. I just said, hey, should I just do it? He's like, yeah, definitely do it. So something to check out, guys. If you're really into this stuff and perhaps want a career in providing technical analysis for others in some capacity, there's a lot of opportunities that I understand open up when you do go through the CMT program. A lot of the folks that you see online that are providing technical analysis based ideas or just general analysis are in fact CMTs. So check it out at cmtassociation.org. We'd love to have some study buddies. All right, cool. So that's enough out of me. Whoa. There we go. Okay, and you're using TradingView here?
This is TradingView, although I'm very very good friends with TrendSpider as well. And depends on pretty much what I want to focus on. Cryptos is mainly for TradingView in here, but talking about I believe holistic approach again. you have to understand that for everybody who's watching, you always have to understand that there is what makes money in the market is the information asymmetry, right? The fact that somebody does have an information which you do not possess. And the insider trading, so-called, is usually where and why the market reverses. Okay, so you would have, for example, the 2018 reversal, right? 2018 capitulations, the miners' capitulations, where miners had to close all their mining devices and toolkits because they were pretty much like unprofitable, right? So this was definitely, I can remember when it was happening, people were disbelieving. I actually got my, call it fame or popularity, I don't know, name it the way you want, for talking about $4,000 targets for Bitcoin in February, January, not 2018, when everybody was just pointing up. Everybody was expecting $1 million Bitcoin back then, right? And I was like, okay, that is some bear market stuff going on. Okay, that is not really what you typically want to see on the markets. So then, when there was, of course, this consolidation, the sideways trend going on, contracting price action for Bitcoin, now towards the apex, call it descending triangle, doesn't matter how we call that. What happened is you saw this miners capitulation going on, and this had this very intense selling, just going on with regards to as many, or should I say, as much bearish news popping up on my feed as possible. You would see all the journals talking about, Bitcoin's death. You could see this very big highlight over the China fight as well. Endless loop. You would see people capitulating, saying, they lost already all the money, so they're quitting. That they're done with that. They are just cannot stand any longer in this market. And guess what? That's where it usually reverses. Right? So the extremes, they say that the crowd, the people, the market is usually, it's always wrong in the middle of the trend, but it's always wrong it's always right in the middle of the trend, but it's always wrong at the extremes, which is totally true. And we as the people, because of as behavioral finance would actually refer to that, we do undergo, the biochemical processes, of course, within our body, within our brains, that make us perform with some sort of like a perception bias, right? There are many different perception biases. There is one that is called saliency, that literally is kind of like telling you that you are not going to expect something to happen if it didn't happen in the past days, weeks, months, right? So you somehow naturally, subconsciously assume that things are going to continue until forever, the way you see it, right? So same, the market was dropping in here, the people would believe that it was going to zero because it's going to continue based on this perception bias and the extreme emotions, extreme fear on the market, that it's going to literally go into zero, right? And of course, it did not stay undervalued for too long. Okay, we had some 2, 3, 4 month accumulation going on in the form of ascending triangle chart pattern, if you will. Okay, just like this part of a market, this horizontal trend, but I would put it in the quotes, okay, because horizontal movement is actually an antonym of trend, right? The trend is a directional movement, and sideways is by definition non-directional. It's kind of like chaotic. It just goes up and down. It tends some form of like a patterns at times, like triangles, okay, like some symmetrical triangles contracting or some broadening triangles, okay, that like whatever you write, whatever you name it, any sideways, anything, any price action movement that does not fit in the uptrend, which is a sequence of higher highs and higher lows, or a downtrend being the sequence of lower highs and lower lows, okay, anything that doesn't fit in that makes higher highs, lower highs, like low lows, okay, some random chaotic manner, this is sideways. And these sideways movements often turn into patterns. And chart pattern, is also coming from the behavioral finance, which explains that our human brains are getting shot of dopamine, the hormone of happiness, whenever we recognize some patterns, and be it patterns in the maths class when you're young, when kids, probably it has to do with when you know that a bear is passing you in the forest, so that that when you meet the bear a second time, you actually recognize this pattern and you know that you have to get out. Okay, so probably there's some evolutionary approach to that. But most importantly, again, your brain gets dopamine. Your brain gets happiness for recognizing the patterns. So what we as people do is we try to imply and apply the same patterns that we know from the past, and assume that market is going to behave in a similar way in future. And guess what? Because many people believe that, okay, this tends to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, they read in the book that the support is supposed to be held, so they bid this level. Okay, they place their bar orders in there. Okay, and this is what often makes it even hold this level, right? So chart patterns work because we make them work, and you would see a lot of chart patterns like here's this descending triangle in here, ascending triangle, okay? Some head and shoulders going on locally here on the bottom. You could tell there was another sideways consolidation contracting going on. There was head and shoulders on top, okay? This head and shoulders on the top is also a head of the bigger head and shoulders pattern, okay? So it all kind of like comes together in something that we call a fractal. And a fractal is infinitely complex structure, figure, the function that infinitely consists of itself, right? So it's a triangle infinitely consisting of smaller triangles, which consist of even smaller triangles, and so on and so forth. So fractals are patterns, trends are patterns, because the primary trend, okay, is dissected and actually consisting of smaller trends. Okay, the secondary trends, these secondary trends are consisting of tertiary trends, and so on and so forth, right? So the trends, chart patterns are fractals, and it's only time frame that actually defines your trading, right? Because technical analysis is the way you interpret the markets, aside from the fundamental analysis, the sentiment reads, the on-chain analysis for crypto, right, on the intermarket correlations, but it's only a tool. It's neither 100% kind of like just success recipe. That's for sure.
I think that was the most eloquent explanation of technical analysis that we've had on this show. So thank you for that.
I appreciate it.
So, and you covered it. I mean, that was just a wonderful introduction overall to technical analysis, human psychology and behavior driving market trends. Yeah, fantastic.
I appreciate it.
And then also the concept of fractal. A lot of times when I'm trying to explain fractal, I get a little bit lost in the explanation, but I think that was very, very clear and cogent. So what are we looking at here?
So this is actually 12-hour chart on Coinbase spot price for BTC USD, which is my personal kind of like main viewpoint, my main reference point for the charts. At least for the, I find it a nice, decent bridge between the medium time frame picture and the longer time frame picture. So you get a little bit of short-term views, and you get a little bit of the bigger context at one chart. That's why I use the daily or the 12 hours, which is more often. In here, I'm showing you actually, for the indicators part, this is something that is called Breakout Pro. This is my actual personal trading system. Okay, there is a difference between a trading strategy, between a different trading system. Okay, and then while strategy mainly refers to the time frame, whether you're a buy and hold trader for the high time frames, whether you're a swing trader and you trade medium-term swings, okay, secondary movements, or you're a day trader and you focus mainly on the intraday movements, or a scalper, you go like a degenerate gambler, to the casino and just try to work your miracles this way. But trading system is what actually makes you money, right? The strategy is your scope for what time you're looking at, but the trading system is actually what defines your profitability. And this is where you get the markets that you trade. Okay, this is where you get the entries and exits, what triggers them, what defines them, the timing of them, the position sizing, the stop loss placements, okay, the entire risk management, the tactics also, if you are a trend trader, all right, if you're a trend follower, if you're a momentum trader, for example, right? So the trading system is what defines your profitability. And here, well, the trading system applied actually involves many different, I should say, automated like elements to the entire construct, right? But not really, probably going to disclose all of it, because I actually did it probably last time when I was on the show.
Just give us a little taste. Just a little taste.
Yes, indeed. So we have the core of that, which is the hybrid average, or aka the baseline, okay, which is the main reference point. As any other average, it just shows the average price of Bitcoin, but with this difference that it's not a simple arithmetical average, right? It's not it's a form of a weighted average, but it's also kind of like a how to put it simply, it's complex. But the most informative point of that is that it shows the average price, right? So it eliminates the noise out of the chart. So you can tell how Bitcoin has been moving in the past 2-3 months on average, right? That is what you can tell by looking at the baseline. So here you can tell that it's actually sloping down a tiny bit, after sloping up, somewhere from the second week of June. Okay, you also have right now put and laid the view up trend lines, okay, the volume-weighted average trend lines. Okay, so it tells you pretty much like where Bitcoin is supposed to be based on the volume on average. Okay, and you can tell that there are two of them, and you can tell that these volume-weighted average price trend lines actually coincide, somewhere between $44,000. Okay, and you can tell that this is a space defining an average price of Bitcoin based on its volume. Okay, so we can tell that anything below is, as a matter of fact, undervalued. Okay, if this is an average price, then anything below is considered underpriced, according to volume. And on top of that, I actually marked, this is part of the other chart that I use for my reports that I actually post, a couple times a week on our free website. I'm not sure if this is a place to show off, right? But the burbness.com free blog, okay, is where I post all my Bitcoin reports, like for all the timeframes, all the scopes. Kindly recommend it if you will, guys. But I want to just give you a taste of understanding the patterns, right? You can tell that this is a sideways movement, okay, which is pretty much more or less random, definitely much more random than any trend which continues in either direction. And you can tell that there was a situation where we got these lows swept, the support, okay? It was broken, but it was broken on an intraday time frame. It was broken for a moment. Oh. And after this breakdown, we actually rallied back above right after, okay? So this type of a situation is called a professional's breakout, right? Or a fake out or a bird trap, okay? Bird trap because the bears, the people who were bearish after breaking the support, they actually got trapped. If you shorted Bitcoin below $20,000 or $30,000, you are underwater heavily right now, and you are in big trouble.
It's also shaking out a lot of stops.
Of course, yeah, it's shaking out a lot of stops because when you place your stop loss, naturally, if you apply high leverage, you will keep your stop losses, close, right, to avoid getting fully liquidated. But that is exactly what creates some sort of like a liquidity pool. If the support breaks, okay, and the asset is undervalued heavily because right before we had 55% decline on Bitcoin, which rarely ever happens. The last time it happened, it was in COVID crash, right, March 2020, and we all know how it factually ended. For after the post crash from March. So this tiny fake out on the bottom tells you that everybody who was shorted that was trapped for liquidity purposes. And this, in fact, was a buying zone, is in buying area, right? Because we broke the support for a moment and still managed to close the day above, okay, which validates the swing failure. And they say that statistically chart patterns, or, well, this fractal thing that I brought at the beginning tells you that inside this 12-hour time frame candle, you would have 12 hourly candles. Okay, and if you go to the hourly time frame, you could tell how it looks, right? You can tell that this breakdown below 30,000 was actually filled with buyers right after. It didn't stay for long below $30,000. Okay, so it served the buying purpose. And on top of that, you can also tell there was actually a very good chart that I referred to. Where was that? There you go. It was a great chart by Mike McGlowan of Bloomberg Intelligence. You know, he emphasized the fact that Bitcoin is currently heavily underpriced against its 20-week moving average. Okay, and if you pay attention, then you notice that each and every single time we were this undervalued, this underpriced, was followed by a major reversal, right? So it was 2018 bottom of the miners capitulation. It was market crash for COVID pandemic, okay? And we are here right now. And each and every single time we were heavily underpriced, because this shows you the Bitcoin price against its 20-week moving average. So whenever it's greater than 1, okay, then it tells you that Bitcoin is above its 20-week average. And when it's below, it tells you that it is below. And we, in the past 3 years, we only have had 3 times of this case where Bitcoin was this undervalued, this underpriced. And each and every single time it brought, some massive upsides, if you ask me. So that is why I'm pretty much bullish still. I don't believe bull market has ended. I still believe bull market is on for so many different other reasons. And I'm used to being against and contrary to what a popular belief suggests, right? People would tell you that bull market ended, that, everything crashed, that it's gone for good. They lost all the money, so they are super bearish. They believe it's going to zero. That's also a perception bias, and so on and so forth. That's how it goes. But in my opinion, Bitcoin is undervalued heavily. In my opinion, it is a great buying opportunity, and new all-time highs, in my opinion, are still yet to come in Q4, probably November, December, something like this.
Very interesting. And if we were to return to that, from where we are right now in the chart, it looks like if we were to return to that 20-week moving average, that would be about a 38% increase.
We can actually just launch that 20-week moving average. Was it this one? No. Was it that one? I believe so. Wait a second. Oh, this is a daily, so it's going to be weekly. Yeah, and this is the nature of the statistical, the time series data, that it actually reverses to the mean, right? The mean reversion. At one point, whatever goes over the average, it's going, when it reaches some extremely high deviation against the average, it's supposed and bound to come back, right? And the other way, when it goes back, goes down heavily, then the deviation on the bottom is supposed to go up and go equal to the average at one point. Right, so which is exactly why I'm still hoping and saying that $48,000, $50,000, $55,000 perhaps retest, from near current levels is something that you could trade with. Then probably quite a volatile range, so it's going to be hard to escape that. But Q3 is usually kind of like neutral, lazy, because people go off to their vacations. Yep. So Q4 is where the actions happen, in my opinion.
That's an excellent and very understandable breakdown. I like it. I mean, it corresponds with the way that I'm looking at it, just simply using the Bollinger Band. We've hit our lower standard deviation and returning to that mean. Absolutely 100%. Fantastic. So, my friend, this is the part of the show where we must say goodbye. Where can folks get some more of this crypto burb goodness?
100%.
Let's get that producer AB, get it in the yeah, there we go. We got the Twitter. Let's get the website in there. What do you have on offer? Could you tell us about your website a little bit more?
Yeah, of course. I can actually just bring back the screen sharing for a second. Yep. If this is allowed, of course. Yep. Okay, so the Burbness, again, we are the trading community since 2017. Okay. We also have, of course, paid subscriptions, for those who are interested and feel they need to improve their trading, and they that all of the insane amount of free resources that we have is not enough for them. We have free newsletter that is called the Nest Letter, by the way. We
Nice.
have an insane loads of infographics which are said to be of the highest quality on the stock right now. Okay, about trading, about the technical analysis and whatnot. We run so many daily webinars that it is just insane. Podcasts. We also have our YouTube channel, which is actually getting its big spike in popularity right now because we have started daily uploads. We also have the blog, as I said, where all the final articles, where all the major key reports from myself and from my team are actually reaching. So all of that is free. The only thing you need to do is just go and read it. And we also have 7 days free for everybody who wants to join. Okay, so if you feel you could use some help, from me, of course, again, I'm not going to urge anybody for that because that's for you to decide. But if you think all the resources that are not enough on the website, okay, you can get 7 days free, get in and stay with us if you like it. That's as simple as that. 7 days free.
Awesome. All right, sir. Thank you very much for being with us on Get Technical.
I appreciate it very much, and I wish to see you soon within the CMT environment.
Let's go. Looking forward to it, man. All right, take care.
Let's do this. Take care.
All right, guys. Crypto Burb. Very, very cool. That guy, I'm assuming English is not his first language as he is Polish, speaks good about technical analysis. And on that note, I think we got to bring this whole damn thing to a close. What's up next, producer AB?
Benzinga Crypto Show.
Which one? The one that's just called Crypto Show? Okay. So up next, we've got Catherine Ross and Aaron Thomas talking about some cryptocurrency. Go in there and ask them a bunch of hard questions about technical analysis with everything that you just learned from our guests. See what they say. Tune in tomorrow for the special rat suit edition of Get Technical. It's going to be out of hand.
I might eat some medium rare chicken tonight and be sick tomorrow.
I gotta say, where did you come up with that, dude? That's pretty good.
I said someone was asking about you on Tuesday's stream, and it was just like the first thing that popped in my head. I don't know why.
He ate raw chicken. So guys, remember the stipulation here with Aaron Bree wearing the rat suit during the show is that he's got to do the face paint, which they have at CVS, so no cop out. That's across the street from the office. And you're not allowed to mention the fact that you are wearing a rat suit during the stream. You must behave like a professional, as always. So, guys, look forward to that tomorrow on Friday Fun Day on Get Technical. So, guys, I hope this was educational for you, and also maybe a little bit entertaining. Follow me on Twitter at Neil's Tweets. Follow Aaron B at the hell's your thing?
Aaron
you put a
Bree,
number on it.
5.
Not 4, not 7, not 6, but 5. All right, guys.
I'll put
Thanks.
those both in there.
There you go. We get to plug too. Guys, smash that like if you haven't already. It really helps us. Really appreciate it. And as always, happy trading. See you tomorrow.
Peace.